Hey peeps, welcome back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 20, Reunion Part 3. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. This is the final part of the reunion. I'm telling you, this reunion was better than the season. I think they pulled the season out by using the reunion. I hope the next season is a lot better. I really do. But let's just get into this episode. So the episode picks up right where it left off with Mia throwing this big old tantrum. They brought up my motherhood. Oh my God. I mean, she was really going for it. And I wonder if she knows that they don't give Tonys for this. You know, she's not getting an Oscar for this performance. She was really throwing it on. Okay. She walks off stage crying, fake crying, and nobody blinked an eye or moved. Andy didn't run after her. Jacqueline didn't run after her. Not one person moved. I said, this is crazy as hell. And I was also thinking, Jacqueline was out here a real long time. You know, we didn't really need Jacqueline full on, but she's been a friend of for such a long time. I think Jacqueline said, to hell with this. I'm getting an additional 15 minutes and Mia can go on about her business. She knows that Mia was full on bringing bullshit for sure all season. And it cracked me up how that producer guy was trying to help her untie her dress. She is walking all around the room. The man is just following behind her, trying to help her out. I would have said, listen, you want help getting out of this dress? Stand still. Because first of all, I'm not buying the bullshit. I mean, I would have really went for it. Why not? Shit. Andy says to Stacey, hey, why didn't TJ come? Because we did send him an invite. You know, he was invited. And she said, well, we're no longer together. That's why he didn't come. And Wendy, oh my God. Wendy says, are you sure? Honey, the next thing you know,
TJ let Eddie know that you actually paid him to be your love interest this season. And TJ also told Eddie that you told him not to come. And TJ also said, run him his money.
I said this, though. What?
Let me say this right now.
Ooh. So we pretended.
I absolutely do not believe anything that you're saying.
Oh, it's on camera.
TJ would never say that.
TJ said that on camera.
Where's
Eddie on Facebook?
TJ was behaving like a paid actor.
Control room, do you have that on camera? Did that happen? They have it on tape.
okay, so first I have to say, Wendy and the whole, we're friends, Stacey, and I love you, but that didn't really work for me because Wendy seemed to enjoy calling her out and embarrassing her. And I would never enjoy calling out one of my friends and embarrassing her. As a matter of fact, I don't really enjoy embarrassing people because I don't want to be embarrassed. Maybe I take myself too seriously. I don't know. This isn't about me. But anyway, I didn't love that. I said, Wendy. But at the same time, Stacey was pretty much calling Wendy to her face a liar. And she was also, saying that Eddie was a liar. And I thought, this isn't going to end well, Stacey, because why would Eddie make this up? It was Kay for me. Kay with this terrible relationship with Greg. She had a lot of shit to say on the sidelines. And she said, I said that though. Like she had called it that they were not in a real relationship. And I'm going to go ahead and put my opinion out here. Do I believe that Stacey was paying TJ to be her fake boyfriend on the show? I don't. Unless the payment was him being on the show. Do I think that they were really a couple? No. Do I think that they were truly honest best friends? No. Because of the way their relationship was displayed on the show, the way he treated her, he was not her best friend. It seemed to me, and this is just my opinion, it's alleged, I don't know these people, I believe that Stacey and TJ knew each other from QVC, They had a good, rapport. They may have had a lot of laughs and jokes or whatever while working at the QVC. She got hired on the show and she said, hey, I'm going to be on the Housewives. And TJ said, oh, really? My acting career is in the damn trash. I could use a little extra exposure. I could be your new man. I feel that they just pretended to be a couple so that she would have a guy to bring around to events and so that he would be able to try to respark his acting career. But, his acting is horrific. And that is just my opinion. That acting career is not budging. Giselle was enjoying every second of this. She was laughing it up, chuckling it up, calling Stacey a liar, pretender, and Ashley enjoyed herself too. And the thing that kept flashing in my head was, do you remember that time that you brought Jamal on pretending to be your man when you know good and damn well that he had some women? Do you remember the binder? Not only that, wasn't it just a season or two ago when you had Jason from some other Bravo show? I don't know what show he came from. And I know that was pretend. I know that y'all were not a real couple. So really, Giselle, pipe the hell down. Even though I do have to say, I really enjoyed Giselle. I enjoyed her. She was hilarious all season. She really kikied it up this reunion. I think this was the funnest reunion Giselle has ever had. That woman, this was the first reunion that she didn't have to stand and defend herself or just sit there and be cussed the hell out. So I enjoyed Giselle this time. Now, Ashley, really? You were married to Michael Darby. Michael Darby embarrassed the dog shit out of you every single season. I mean, he drug you through the mud, put you in the lake and drug you back into the mud, threw you out there in the hopes that a crocodile would carry your ass off. That is bullshit. Don't sit up here and harass this woman. I'm just saying, damn it. Anyway, when she kept protesting that she didn't believe anything, Andy, he said, control room, do we have footage? Did this happen? Andy was ready to deliver the goods. Then Andy cued the video to run and everybody turned. That was comical. He said, I'm cueing it for the show. The girls was like, oh gosh. But the funny thing is when he cued it for the show, nothing happened. We didn't see shit. I said, well, the next thing you know, here's the whole thing. Well, the control room can't show you right now because it's inside the camera and the camera is recording Mia's temper tantrum. How do I get out of here? There's a big sign at the end of the hall that says exit. Exit! Get the hell out. We don't give a shit. So them trying to pressure Stacey to call TJ, I chuckled a little bit. I said, if I was in her position, would I call TJ? Absolutely. I would call him and rip him
she'd rip you a brand new 3-bedroom, 2-bath, double wide asshole. No problem.
There you go. That is a clip from a movie called Bernie. I don't know if you have seen that, but that movie is on the Peacock. It's based on a true story and it is funny as hell. That lady was mean as shit. And Bernie couldn't take it anymore. Anyway, I would have ripped TJ a double wide ass. Do you understand me? Don't play with me, boy. But you know what? If it was a setup like I think it was, I would have said that too. I'd have just came out and said that too. Like, listen, I could get a man, but he was my friend, and his acting career is in the trash. I mean, look at how he behaves. So I was trying to, do a solid for a friend. And, I lied. I would just say that. Why not? Because they're going to think you're a liar anyway. They're going to continue to tell everybody that you're a liar. Remember that time that you brought TJ on, pretended to be your boyfriend, your best friend who you don't have sex with. And I truly believe that TJ is out here in these streets having sex. I'm just saying, TJ is out here having sex. He just wasn't doing it with Stacey. Also, when Andy and the ladies were trying to get her to call TJ, I kept on thinking when Giselle got called out, nobody made Giselle call Jamal. Did you also notice that not one time, even after they played the video for her, she still never once called TJ a liar? I do appreciate that she held her composure beautifully. She didn't lose it at all. She told the girls she doesn't really care. She knows her truth. I appreciate Stacey for standing up for herself. When Andy told the rest of the girls that Mia had left, no one batted an eye, no one gave a damn.
I am so sorry. I had to laugh about
You just cracked yourself up.
It tickled me.
They were just fine with her being gone. And I really was too. I think she should never come back. Andy said she has gone. She has left the building. Nobody gave a damn. Not even Jacqueline. So when Eddie comes out, I was laughing so hard because Andy Cohen was bouncing in his seat. Bring Eddie out. That was hilarious. Eddie looked as if he was so uncomfortable and he didn't want to say that. It seemed as if he was trying to hold back a little bit as to not hurt Stacey's feelings.
I'm a first seater. Wow. Shut up. He said he wasn't invited.
Okay.
He said that he's never going to be in D.C. again. He said that someone owes him money.
Who?
Okay.
Who's that?
He said you.
He said I owe him money.
He said she paid him.
Okay.
But he also sounded like he was tired of the narrative that was being painted of him being this flamboyant person and being like, he was just tired of being played with.
I don't believe it.
You saying TJ's lying?
I'm saying that TJ is hurt that he's not here.
Listen, when she asked who, that slow turn, that cracked me up. I had to rewind and watch that again. You could tell that TJ was lying. First of all, he said he wasn't invited. Andy had already told us at the top that he was invited. I think that with her breaking up the deal, because it was a deal, that wasn't a relationship, with her breaking off their deal after her family and friends clowned her family was concerned about the way he talked to her and treated her. I think he was upset that he was not going to be able to join the reunion. Also, him saying that he didn't like the narrative he received. They used what you gave them. You came there acting ridiculous, like a clown, dancing around with that bonnet on your head. You thought that was cute, and it wasn't. And when it didn't play, then you got an attitude. So you brought up that she paid you. I don't think she paid him. He is so thirsty. He went out on social media.
Speaking of earthquakes, it might be my turn to share some earth-shattering news.
Listen, if that's not thirst, I don't know what thirst is. He really wants attention. It's not going to work. Nobody is interested. On top of that, Giselle's attitude with Stacey said she does not care. She does not care. Ashley trying to bring up that maybe she used TJ, as a boyfriend so it would help her get on the show. She said she does not need help to get on any platform and that she doesn't need accessories. Giselle saying she doesn't believe her. I appreciate her standing up for herself and saying, I don't care. In the face of all of this, she did a good job holding her own. Wendy clearing Eddie's name. I said, oh, Lord. I stand with her with that. Clear your husband's name, but I don't really know if it was necessary because everybody believed Eddie. There was the video. We all saw it. Him calling her whack. Andy made me laugh so hard when he said, why was he so mean to you? Why did he call you whack? I mean, that was ridiculous. And when's the last time that we just went around calling people whack? You know what I mean? Do the kids still say that? Because I don't think so. I don't think so. Shoot, as a matter of fact, I think I was a kid when we said whack. I mean, I'm just saying. Kay talking about this some bullshit. Leave it alone, Kay, because that relationship with you and Greg is some bullshit. Even though recently she did come out and say that her and Greg are just friends now. She also said that there was a ton of days that her and Wendy filmed together and all of that ended up on the cutting room floor. She said they had some real good kikis at Wendy's house and somehow none of that ended up in the show. I think that they need to get some new editors, some new production people over at Potomac to spice things up a little bit. Why are you leaving good footage on the floor? And bring back Candace. I'm just saying. Andy kept pushing for that phone call. You sure you don't want to call TJ and clear some things up? Andy just wanted the spike in ratings. Andy wanted the drama and the theatrics. He didn't care anything about this woman clearing anything up. And why did all the ladies believe TJ instantly? Did they really believe him, or did they just want to start some shit with Stacey? You know what I mean? Did they just want to have a little action? Giselle and Stacey is going to be a thing next season. Giselle was coming so hard for this woman. What did she do to you besides capture the hearts of the audience? I don't know what's going on there, but why did they believe TJ? They all said that he was a cornball and they didn't believe anything he was saying. But now all of a sudden you believe all of the things that is coming out of his mouth. Stacey did good, if you ask me. At some point in the reunion, I guess I'm all over the place. At some point, they talked about Mia again, and Giselle said she doesn't really care. She ran up out of here because her motherhood was questioned. However, she was the one who was putting all this stuff out all season long. She tried to put Giselle off as being a bad mom and saying Giselle's kids was out here bringing boys into the house and acting as if her kids had done something that other children just don't do. Ashley said not only that, she said all of this shit with her chest. She was standing on business all season. I say it, but I say it, I say it, but I say it. And then when you get out here on the couch, all of a sudden you're this crying puppet who can't take the heat, and you storm the hell off. Giselle made the comment, we all go through this. We all have our seasons where shit don't work out, and we get to the reunion, and what do? We sit here, we take it, we fight for ourselves, or we just let them have it. You know what I mean? How many seasons has Giselle and Ashley taken L's? They just sat there and let it happen. Not Mia. I got to step out of here. I got to cry. I got to whine. I got to put on a performance. Hopefully someone will run after me. Nobody did. Okay, Jacqueline didn't care. None of the ladies cared. Andy Cohen didn't give a shit. And then you make that man play Ring Around the Rosie to get your dress off. Just rude. Even on Watch What Happens Live, Stacey continued to say that TJ was her friend. They really were a couple. She didn't pay him. Her best friend was there. I like him. I think they need to add him to the show from time to time. Make him a little friend of. I think that he knows the truth, that he knows that this was a deal worked out to give TJ a little time on the camera. I'm sick of him. Stacey and the I lost a best friend tonight, but still I rise. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I said, what the shit? Not Maya Angelou. Girl, no. Don't bring Maya Angelou's good name into this. And Andy calling Maya Angelou. That was hilarious. Absolutely not. Mia is for the streets. Absolutely not. What did you guys think about Wendy continuing to say that her and Stacey are friends? But she kept throwing Stacey under the bus. That wasn't friendship to me. I still don't think Jacqueline needed to be out on that couch. Why are you here still?
Well, look, I ain't ever gonna be in DC.
Oh, TJ, come on.
Look, man, you know she paying me to do the show, man.
What?
Whoa, that what?
He said, you know she's paying me to do the show.
man.
Hold on.
Let me hear it again. I want to hear it. Let me hear
her
it.
hear it.
Look, man, you know she paying me to do the show, man. Like, what you talking about? You gotta talk to that girl.
Oh, my
Tell
God.
her, give me my money.
Wow. Yeah, that was a lot.
Well, look, she's whack, man. So that's it.
This was really funny, though. I mean, it was really interesting and entertaining to watch because Wendy, Giselle, Ashley, and Kay, they were on that woman's neck. I said, would you let her live? I mean, it was ridiculous. Now, the Karen video, I don't know what, that video really pissed me off. I mean, first of all, the prosecutor said that this glorified rehab that she went to was a 48-hour rehab. That video was filmed on December 27th. The reunion was filmed on the 9th. So if on December 28th you went to rehab, you had gotten out of your 48-hour rehab, you could have been at the reunion. You just chose not to come. Now, I think that Karen and Ray sat down somewhere with an old school notebook and a pen and planned this bullshit out. So you invited the cameras to your house. You got old Hollywood glam laid up in the damn bed to put on this performance. This was a bunch of bullshit. This was bullshit. I know the loss of a parent can cripple you. I know that loss. That loss can take you down to your damn knees and leave you there. And there are times when someone may say, I'm going to grab a bottle. You know what I mean? But I believe this drinking started before your parents passed away. These girls have been talking about Karen and this drinking. I cannot stand Charisse. I don't think she brings anything to the show. I think she is boring as hell. But Charisse and Robin, all the girls had been talking about Karen and this drinking. You are still trying to blame everything on grieving for your parents. And this last DUI, you said it was because of grieving for your parents, your antidepressants, and your alcohol. But what about the other 3 DUIs? What were you grieving then? Because those happened before your family passed away. I think that you have to admit you have a problem with alcohol. This whole setup seems like it was calculated. It was clearly rehearsed so that Ray could bring up that there was 6 million car accidents a year. It was just manipulating, and I didn't love it. All the ladies were confused as to why the hell she decided to go to trial. You know, I think everybody was. And Stacey's comment that maybe she didn't see the video, I think that Karen in that video was absolutely lying. She saw those videos. There is a certain thing called discovery. The prosecution has to share all of their evidence with the defense. So they saw that video, and just like Wendy said, her attorney tried to suppress that video in court. She saw that video. In my opinion, she is absolutely lying. And then for Giselle to come back and say, actually the prosecutor said that they offered her a plea deal, but Giselle also said, yes, she was offered 2 plea deals. One for 6 months house arrest. The second one was 60 days in jail. Are you kidding me? She lives in Potomac, that beautiful big house. You think that I would have passed up on house arrest? Absolutely not. You can do everything right from your damn house. You can have all your business meetings. You could have scheduled just 6 months house arrest around maybe filming for the show. All of that. A lot of times when you have house arrest, there's certain hours you're allowed to leave the house, but you got to be back in by a certain time. I mean, this is crazy as hell to me that she risked this shit only to have these videos come out. She's looking crazy as hell and get thrown in the damn slammer. This is crazy, ridiculous. I agree with Giselle. She really thought that she was going to be able to win over a jury, so she kept pushing it, and that's why her lawyer went for it. A lot of times lawyers will tell you, we do what the client wants us to do. We give advice, but in the end, if this is what they want, we're going to give them what they want. So she got what she wanted. Now, Andy bringing up the clanked, that was hilarious because that was pretty bad. And he asked Ashley, did she feel any vindication from it? And she said, well, but then she said, no, she doesn't. Now, Ashley, in the story about the man on the train, I don't know if I believe that she had that happen. I don't know if I believe that at all. But Wendy and her story about the person at the bar saying that Karen comes in there, she drinks all the time, because of things that Charisse has said many seasons, I believe it. I believe both of those stories. I think that there are different restaurants and places in Potomac that she goes to and day drinks. Just like when her and Giselle went for breakfast at her favorite place, it was almost as rehearsed. The owner says she never drinks in here, unsolicited. You know what I mean? That was a setup. That was a plan, make it seem like she's not drinking. And then that little message where she said, oh, I drink, just not with these bitches or whatever. Yeah, we know. And I don't believe that you just had a little champagne. You didn't drink beer. What was all those beer cans doing in your car when the DUI happened? What was you doing with them in there? I'm just saying something is not right. Wendy saying that she clocked Mia first season. She did. And so did Candace. Listen, bring Candace back. Okay, I miss my girl Candace. Andy did have a chance to talk about Karen. He was off the radio for a little bit, and he said, I haven't been on the radio since Karen was sentenced, and I don't have much to say. I will say I'm thinking of Karen every day. I've been thinking about her a lot, and I'm so sad about this. I'm so sad about how this entire thing has played out. He said on March 3rd's episode of his SiriusXM radio show, I'm a fan of Karen. Drinking and driving is no joke. It's so bad. So this was her fourth situation, was tough to hear. I'm not surprised that the judge was not playing. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, I'm so sad. I think that that's what most of the cast felt. Kay said in her live the other day that when she found out that Karen was going to jail, she cried like a baby. Ashley said she cried like a baby. You know, I think even the girls on the show who don't really F with Karen, even Charisse, I think that they are probably saddened to see her locked up. But also ladies like Robin and Charisse, they probably feel vindicated because they've been shouting it from the rooftops that Karen has a drinking problem and nobody really believed them. Also, listen, Jen Shaw got another reduction in her prison sentence. I don't know who she's blowing over there. I really don't. Who does she know that works for the feds? Her sentence has been reduced again. She is now scheduled to be out on her birthday, October 4th, 2026. This woman, what? I mean, shit. I have never seen somebody keep getting their sentence reduced when it's Fed time. Fed time is serious. They usually make sure that you serve at least 98%. This woman has gotten a lot of time reduced. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of her. I'm just saying. Anyway, I think she's still teaching jazzercise and doing the workouts and stuff at the gym. She getting in shape so she can come back and start some shit. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.